This is going to be a 10-minute evaluation of set set 1, game 2 of Decimate versus Team Resolution. We're going to real quickly play this at 2 times speed and just go over what I could have done differently in the first 10 minutes of the game and how I can improve, and just something to focus on so that I know the mistakes that I made personally. I do have Illy graciously saying stuff in chat over in the right that we might be able to base off of. I don't know if it's up to date. Yeah, I think it's up to date. Because I did watch a little bit ahead. I already watched the first 10 minutes, so I could point out some stuff. And like I said, we're going to watch this at 2 times speed. We're going to watch it muted because it's just micro voices, and we'll go from there. So, first thing that happened, eventful, we I was sitting around watching for a 5-man kind of rotation, kind of like looking for a roam, because this is what this team does. And I sat in the jungle and I saw them come across mid, and just saw them like rotate, as a 5. So what they're doing is they're warding. What and this is kind of important. So something that happens later on in the game is I literally sit there and wait for Janus to step out of tower. He doesn't step out of tower because I'm pretty sure he sees me on a ward, and I should have been consciously aware that those wards that were up from early game were probably still up, and that's probably why I sat there for a little bit waiting for him to leave tower when he never did. I could be wrong, but it's just something to keep in mind. First mistake that I see in the game that I watched is I did the speed and I put way too many autos into it, and I kind of wasted a little bit of time just auto attacking nothing but the air. It's just my fault, my mistake. I queued my 1 a little bit too early as well. Yeah, I see right there. Not on the speed buff, but on the back camps. So I go to mid camps. I look to contest it. Naja has pretty quick clear. I should have just looked to skip these mid camps to go straight to mid wave. I took a lot of poke here for no reason. Really, I could have just done the mid wave, cleared that, because these are got cleared pretty quickly. Naja was poked out. The Discordia was kind of poked out. What I could have done here differently, I think, is I could have looked to pressure their back camps, because if Naja would have rotated realistically, when I had turtle form and I had my 1-up, like he'd just die, because Naja, I don't think any jungler in the game can technically take on Erlingsson early. And then from here, what I could have done after taking mid camps down is I could have ganked dual lane. It would have been a prime gank to gank dual, if not take their purple buff and then just get out. So he gets pressured out. We go to left camps. We get lefts, which is good. And then even here, I could have looked to take back camps, but Naja's missing, and Naja probably ended up going back to take those back lefts anyways, and that's where that would have came into effect, where Naja would have been able to find me alone, and I could have looked to fight him. Janus might have been able to rotate, which is the caveat, but I think that the fight would have happened so quickly, it wouldn't have really have mattered, and it could have been just a good way to get those backhands very quickly, and then just go ahead and move on from there. And then Discordia could take on the Janus if she really wanted to. I even looked to poke the Janus out a little bit more and just focus poke down as I took back camp. So if Janus even would have showed up, I would have been in an even better spot anyways. So I'm just sitting here. I'm pretty sure I'm sitting on a ward. So this is still a minute 41. They have wards down from their first 5-man roam. When they they came here, they went across and they crossed over the mid, and they kind of just looked at me. But they put ward on my back camp and put a ward here, I'm pretty sure. And that prevented me from, this ward here probably would have been showcasing where I'm at on the map, as in taking their back camp, which they like the 5-man ward here. So dual lane would have been able to see that I was on their back camp. They could have rotated out, and dual lane could have called that, and I would have just had to back out. But I wasted a lot of time here just sitting around doing nothing. So yeah, I look to take their back camp. I don't go for the back camp. Um, I look to fight instead. I mean, realistically, that could have been a good engagement. If I would have been able to maybe hit mink form instead of turtle form, didn't get a knock up, and ended up getting his Aegis, I believe. And he was able to get out because of the misplay of CC. All right, so from here, I'm level 3. I clear the back camps. I get speed buff, and then I think from here I should have just backed after speed, and then I would have gotten Crusher, not Crusher, T2 boots, or got blue and then backed for T2 boots. So I'm almost out of mana right here, pretty much. Couple abilities away from running out of mana. A turtle form. I run out of mana here. I couldn't use my one. I get like half HP, quarter mana. Dual lanes fighting. I back. I could have looked if I would have had maybe more HP, more mana, I could have tanked a couple tower shots and ended up killing Janice. Nothing really going on, just doing back camps, doing purple buff, looking to so something that I did notice out here is that this Ho Yi was level 3 and he was legit playing into the dual lane. And like him staying there and just asserting his dominance told me that Naja was probably rotating in. And I was like, okay, continue to put pressure on the dual lane. Um, and see if Naja comes in to bait in Ho Yi, but this didn't work out as planned. Naja kind of just sat around. I think we just put way too much pressure, and I didn't call that sooner. Or if not, they already cleared the wave, and it was called as soon as I noticed it. How he ends up backing. Naja's level 5. He's on his own here. I can't do anything with that. I should have known that Naja literally came straight from red buff to his purple buff, and just not have checked it and wasted my time. Look to maybe grab oracles instead. So that's down. Oracles are down. And then I get mid camps, which is not a bad trade. But also, you saw Naja was in that left jungle. I could have looked at maybe invade right jungle. I didn't check right mids. Pretty sure that's where Janice came from. That's why I didn't check him. So Almighty gets a solo kill. It's great. We could have definitely looked to invade a jungle together, me and him. Because he did just push. Well, okay, Naja just came from there, but he did just push a full wave in the tower. And we could have looked at least invade from there. Or he could have looked to at least invade. So I'm at 75% HP at turtle form. I'm at, no, sorry, 30% HP. Pretty much almost dead. And I think a fight happened. So something that I noticed happened here with the team is I legit told them that I wanted them to get these right mids. These right mids right now are pretty important when it comes to me either catching up in farm or making sure we're keeping Discordia ahead of Janice and the support pretty healthy and pretty farmed. So I told them to kind of just like drop off the mid wave and then just go to right camps. And Janice was out of mana. Jean-Qui is in a position to rotate. We could have looked to get a good fight and just kill somebody here. Um, and we didn't really focus on my call enough, and we lost the right mids. Unfortunately, we did get timer, but that's just lost XP that we could have had, or a pick we could have had. I potentially backed on a ward. That's a bad idea. Don't back. I shouldn't back in spots that are prime warding spots for the mid and jungle. So I did back camps. I got a solo wave. Discordia said I could take it. That's good. Okay, I got Ho Yi pushing up. There's an ad. Let's graciously watch this ad. You're welcome to my YouTube viewers. They put ads on my videos and I don't get paid for them. How nice of them. So as Erlang Shen, like you're pretty much a force to be reckoned with, you know, as the jungle. Like you're just a really strong presence. Like Erlang Shen is a very strong jungler. I need to be kicking the door into their jungle like a lot more frequently. Maybe look to take an invade second speed buff. Maybe look to take those back right camps a lot more frequently. Um, at least even put my first ward on Discordia's lower right on Fireside to watch for blinks, and then maybe blink like put a ward instead of on the lower left for her, which is what I generally do. She would have to ward it, and then I would be able to or she could put a ward on top right, and then I could just ward their back camp so I can look to invade it. Because if I find Naja in the jungle as Erling Shin, generally he can't fight me. He doesn't have beads. So my ult combo, my blink, my four, into a couple autos, into a knock-up, into a pin, all that stuff should probably kill Naja before anyone could even react, or at least force his ult out. And it's just free farm that I could be gaining. Um, and that's just me not knowing the character very well and the capabilities of what he could do, and then just maybe knowing the matchups a little bit better between um, Erling Shin and Naja and what I'm capable of doing. So we know they did right camps. I should be at least keeping a mental tab on when those right camps are coming up, but I'm not. So we poke out Geb. I should have maybe have ulted him. There was potential that we could have killed him. Discordia Apple is up. Naja is missing, but we did have a ward here. Their back camps and also on the left, so any rotation Naja could have been making could have been spotted out. Only thing is I think Discordia just got portaled. Yeah, like I don't like Discordia's positioning was just a little bit too far forward. Um, and we could have looked to got at least a good easy pick. Oh yeah, Discordia Apple did land on Geb. Um, and we could have got something out of it. Yeah, he was at like a quarter HP. So something that happened here that went super south is that I mean, I think he just blinked over. Yeah, well, like since we were playing so up and so close to the wall, Nadra could literally just blink into mid and not even be spotted by these wards whatsoever, just because that's how blink is. It has, that range. Um, I think what happened, I mean, we just have to watch again maybe, is that not like Discordia was trying to get damage off and she was just way too far away. And we just ended up trying to force that way too hard, I think. Like when they were too close. I was here, focused Gab down. Discordia got super close for no reason. Like that's not the range of Discordia. Discordia's Strife and or whatever it's called or fucking one. Apple and then just Naja range up. And then I blink in so that I could ult the Geb. But at this point I should have recognized that because I blinked in, ulted Geb to save Discordia. If I would have recognized that Discordia was dead anyways, Janice is ulting, like Naja still has like one more hit on his ult plus the takedown damage and then Geb's inevitable knockup. There's absolutely no way I could have fucking saved Discordia here. And me doing this is a cascade effect and it causes them to take down Gold Fury because I died and Discordia died, and I don't think if Discordia died alone they would have taken that Gold Fury that early. They would at least maybe look to mosey around in our jungle or something, but it's just unfortunate circumstance. Yeah, I should have just known I was dead at that point. And then Hao Yi gets a solo kill. They go for Gold Fury. So Hou Yi dying also, not Hou Yi, Shibalanke dying also gave them the opportunity to take down Gold Fury. There's nothing I could have done to get there to save it or whatever. Nana probably couldn't save it at all. She probably would have dying for it. So this is a good kill. Recognizing that Naja doesn't have bees, can't get away from the CC. And then Yeah, that's the end of that. And then we get soloed and dual lane again. Just watching this right now, you have dual lane, which is pretty much on fire. Like it's just slowly burning to the ground, and I'm neglecting watching the lane, or Banana's neglecting watching the lane and helping Blitz out when it comes to um, hoping he doesn't get soloed. And we're just not focusing on that enough, and I'm not putting enough priority on a Hou who probably rushed Transcendence and or maybe even what was it? I think he built crit or whatever. I'd have to press tab and look, and then just like not respecting that he has like 0 mobility, and I have a speed buff boots too, and I just need to focus more on ganking dual lane. And then just that's pretty much the first 10 minutes. I mean, I kind of do want to watch over the first 10 minutes again and just look over opportunities that I had to gank dual lane to help relieve pressure, because I did put a lot of pressure on Janus because he didn't have beads. So that's a little bit early. So level 1. Solid. I mean, solid speed clear, like I said. Back camps, we're kind of just obviously put too many autos in. Like I said, we're looking over this to see if anything I missed to kind of just get a third kind of eye view. Should have skipped mid. These mid camps, went to mid wave. So he soloed red. Should have got mid wave. If I wouldn't, okay, here's something I just noticed. If I didn't waste the time to do those mid camps, I would have had Mink or Turtle form right here, and Naja wouldn't have been able to get out of that. Like I could have, because I think Portal was down on Janus as well just right now. So he would have potentially have died, or at least got severely poked out, because I would have knocked him up. And then that could have definitely been I'm invading their back camps. They can't do anything about it. And then that's when dual lane gank could have happened, because like I said, just doing those right mids isn't the end of the world. Giving them up isn't the end of the world. Doing that mid wave, getting that farm, and then going to that left camps, and then maybe looking to poke Naja, like would have been a more ideal scenario. Or just do mid wave and then just poke Naja, and then me go to the back camps, or go to the left mid, look to poke again in this next wave, and then I definitely take these back camps, and then I look to gank dual lane. Or me being in dual lane would have caused them to back up, right? But I'm playing more for my farm instead of for their farm. That would have been the best scenario. I should have went and checked the right back camps. Yep, that should have been me taking the right back camps. Me fucking up the CC, not turtling form correctly. I could have even a ganked dual lane right here as well. So what are they at? What's dual lane at? If I can look at dual lane, they're over there brawling, right? That could have been a dual lane gank. I think they're at like what, a quarter HP? I can't see. Yeah, that would have been a good dual lane gank as well. I didn't have to straight up go to my back camps, go to speed. I could have been level 3, and I could have been looking to rotate as well right there. This is gonna zoom. Come on. Yeah, that's gonna zoom. I kind of want to watch that again. That could have been clear mid, level 3, gank dueling. Speed buff's not up yet. Gank dueling, back, go for speed buff. Worst case scenario, they steal speed buff. Worst case scenario, we also fail dueling gank, and then I'm also super far behind. That would be the worst case scenario. But since they're already brawling over there, and I cleared mid, he'd probably be like, Janus would probably be like, okay, he's checking my red, or something like that, or he's taking back camps or whatever it may be. And then I could just be like, I could be at dual lane a lot quicker than what they expect. Cut them off, force them to push them into dual lane tower, and then relieve a lot of pressure. That would be an ideal scenario there as well, ganking dual lane. Doing speed buff, and I should be theoretically backing for boots, but blue's coming up as well, and I wanted to get the blue buff. That should have been a back. Discordia should have been more prioritizing mid camps. Yeah. If I had more mana, that would have been a kill, unfortunately. So I always want to look to get boots, enough gold for boots too, and then look to back for speed on speed rotation, and then I would have been able to go to blue. Then I would have had mana to potentially kill Janice there. And I was just like, how do you get 100 gold? Like what's going to give me 100 gold to get the boots too that I'm missing from? Because before that speed buff, I didn't have the gold to get those boots too. Okay, here's how we would have got it. Either from taking their back camps on left, that would have gave me 100 gold, 75, 74 gold actually, or taking their back rights when they were up and I had the opportunity to take them, that would also give me 74 gold, and I could have backed and I waited like what 5 seconds to maybe get boots 2, and then I could have got boots 2, went to speed, went to blue, and then that same exact scenario, because I had the time, that same exact scenario would have happened, but I would have had mana to take and a little bit more HP potentially to focus out Janice or attack Janice right then and there, and then ended up getting a kill there. Right. Dual lane's very gankable. Like I said, he's getting baited. Naja's coming in. This could have been very dangerous for my dual lane because actually no, I think if they would have took Naja ultimate, they would have been fine. And I would have been able to capitalize off that Naja. I go and check camps because I think they're down. I think they're up for some reason when Naja literally just came from that direction. I get left mids, which is awesome. Still level 4. I hit level 5 off of this. Naja was just in left lane. Potentially could have stole right mids or right back camps as well. Right there. Janice could have just came from there though, but it would have been good to at least put a ward on it and get in Tiber. Good solo kill from Almighty. Getting speed buff. I have boots 3, power spike online. I go for mid-wave instead. I should be backing here for boots 3. I take a lot of poke. Ward the back camps. That's awesome. That's good. But I do take a lot of poke for it. Fights going on in mid. I'm not sure what for. I think we just got good poke off. So this is, warding that, Jean-Qui had the opportunity to invade that. We lost, Naja lost the ulti here. What do we got on the map right now? So their red buff's not coming up yet. Naja's ulti's down for 90 though. By the time red comes up, Naja will have ulti again. We do have my ult and Discordia ult. We should be looking to maybe invade so that we could potentially get picks with Naja not having ulti up. We have Hou Yi literally still getting pushed in. Well, pushing Shibalanke in. They're pushing mid. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I could be, when I was up here, like the last time I was in wave, I could have been looking to even gank again. That's unlucky. And this is where this shit happens. Just to fuck up. We lose Gold Fury. Nothing we can do about that. They were heavily poked though, so maybe Nana could have like zoned them off of it. Should have been there a little bit sooner. And I think the last thing that happens is we get the Naja pick, which is a good chain CC. Yeah, I saw Naja there. We get that chain CC and he dies, and that's pretty much it. So that's the first evaluation of the first 10 minutes. My only death, a death review real fast, 2-in-1 video, is that I should have recognized Discordia was dead, not throw my life away to save someone that's already dead. Pretty much that's it. So, GG's. GG's. GG's.